she's like, oh yeah, I like guys are probably around my same height. We're around the same height. They have like, I really like the kind of brown chestnut hair. I have brown chestnut hair. I've been really into the like kind of like the more emo longer type of hair recently, right? I had the like longer kind of hair down to my eyebrows. She's like, I really like hazel brown greenish eyes, and I was like, oh, I have hazel brown greenish eyes. And I was like, that's cool. I really hope you find someone like that. Here we are again. Welcome to the Kickback podcast, where we're trying to get canceled in the month of June for some reason.
I think we just started right there. I think that would be safer.
No.
We'll see who does the editing.
Both of us. Oh, I heard the progression to how you say both.
Yeah?
You get rid of the TH and replace it with an F.
No.
Both.
I don't.
Both. Not you, but...
the general progression.
Yeah.
Am I like halfway there then?
Halfway there?
Well, it's like the evolution. Half? Oh, I noticed this last night and I started laughing while we were playing. I say half with no L.
Yeah.
I think both stole it. I think both took the L from half.
So last night we both took... allegedly.
There we go.
Last night there was some alleged
We were playing games and it was fun.
Of edible substances that make your brain go while playing video games.
My brain's never done that.
All right.
It's my heart. I laugh from my heart.
Laugh from your heart?
Yeah.
That's so wholesome.
Yeah.
But we were playing, and at one point, just Buddy had been quiet for a minute, and then I hear a couple like, like it's fading away as it's going through. But at the same time, there's a cutscene going on in the video game, and somebody is doing Duolingo for Spanish. So I'm like, hey, buddy, you all right there? And then something happens with Duolingo where it's a couple words and then the ding, and then Buddy starts laughing, and he can't stop laughing because of
what?
Duolingo.
Oh.
Because Spanish is funny. He doesn't like the Spanish.
No, it was just the juxtaposition of like we're playing a story-driven game where we're trying to role play and it's like a serious cutscene. But then a little bit before that, I had asked, I'm like, hey, did you guys do your Duolingo for the day? And both of you said no.
Nice.
That was a lot of noises.
That was a lot of cracks. Struggle?
Are you proud of me?
That seems so painful for you.
Are
you okay?
I'm retraining. You know, I'll get the muscle memory there.
Yeah. We just had to bully it out of him.
I can't be the only one that's got to go from there to this. You know?
True.
Could you imagine your partner? Hey. Your partner is used to like a huge, you know, and so that, but they don't adjust to the smaller
Why do you
size.
always bring it to sex?
That was you.
No, you can't gaslight me. I'm tired, not dumb.
Well, anyway, yeah, I was laughing a lot. It was very fun.
It was a good time. It was a good time. He didn't take the full thing at first. And when I was sitting there contemplating how much I was going to take, I wanted it to take effect as we were going to be doing character creation, right? That's what I wanted. So I took it early a little bit.
Rip.
And I was like, you know what? Buddy, he ain't no chump. He's going to take the full thing. So I'm going to do the Buddy thing and take the full thing. And then I sit down. Turns out he hasn't even taken it yet. And he decides to take a half. Speak to that.
What?
That's so lame.
I'm worried.
Why?
Because
of
the first time, which was years and years and years ago, like when I was a young chap.
Make up for it by taking in one right now. Halfway through this podcast, it'll kick in.
No, because it'll be ruined. Because I will literally just be laughing. I cannot do anything else.
That's so good though. It'd be so funny.
Not for everyone else.
It goes back. No, people love ASMR.
Of this?
Yeah, it's just it's just
it would just be that for literally like some 10-minute period in there.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be 10 minutes of Buddy laughing ASMR.
You know, if that's what the people want, comment, but I don't think so.
What you doing? Her head's in your shoe. You guys can't see this. You can see Nora in the corner, but her head is in his shoe. What you got in there, Nora? His shoe.
She's She's all up in it.
All right.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. She ever get in your shoes like that?
No,
That's what I
I
thought, loser.
don't know if it's a good thing.
Why?
Oh, they probably smell like grass and stuff. Did you wear those when doing yard work?
No.
I don't know.
Probably smell like feet, but not your feet, so it's
Doesn't
a new
clean
smell.
himself. One of his own icks. Also, we had somebody comment their icks on the YouTube video. I think whoever is in that person's life needs to stop being on their goddamn phone and start doing the things they said they're gonna do. Cause, goddamn, that was like the majority of them. That person did not like those icks, or well, yeah, did not like that you're always on your phone and you're never doing your goals and your ambitions. So
Allegedly.
I'm calling you out.
It felt like something was bubbling up to the surface, but it could just be,
Right.
brain running.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're running down the thought process. You're like, oh yeah, and I really hate the phone thing. You say another thing and you forgot that you listed the phone thing, so you list the phone thing again. Could be that, but
It felt like I hate this phone thing and I hate the phone thing. And I hate when people don't follow their goals, and I hate when people are too busy on their phone to not follow their goals.
yeah, that sums it up pretty well.
Yeah. It
So
was
if you're on your
funny.
phone, stop
Yeah.
right now. Well, after this,
Well, no, you can be on your phone and put this in the background.
does that not count as just being on your phone?
No, because like you can do other things.
I mean,
right?
I do other things, but some people can't. And
Right.
if this person's already having so much trouble with their goals and their phone,
Then don't go cold turkey. Start with playing the Kickback podcast in loop in the background while you do the dishes. And then when your place is clean and you've listened to every episode, you work on your goal
with us on loop.
on loop.
On loop. That sounds like a French term.
On loop?
On loop.
It doesn't on loop.
Are we?
Ah oui? Ah oui?
Yeah. I agree.
Also,
Please.
another one of the icks was people that don't have bed frames.
Fun fact: where we are sitting is where Braden sleeps.
Well, I put a bed down.
You put a frame
I put a bed down.
on the bed frame?
What is a bed frame? Let's figure this out. What's a bed frame?
A bed frame
Yeah, it's something that supports your bed, right?
is something that
Elevates your bed.
I think there's an element of elevation.
Okay.
If for no other reason than it just takes up space, right?
Yeah.
It's slightly larger than your mattress
Okay.
to evenly distribute the weight better than like a carpeted area, probably.
Mhm.
Like you probably want something hard as your frame.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it doesn't have to connect to a headboard, right? Okay. So then,
I'm just saying,
mm,
this right here,
mm-hmm.
elevated off the ground. I'm on the top floor. Right? This is bigger than my bed.
A bed
And
frame
it does support my bed.
it not as well. You got to have something harder than carpet.
The carpet is on the hard thing.
That's not hard at all.
It's squishy, actually.
Look at that give.
I put it on something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A frame?
I'll call it a frame. I think it counts.
Illegal. No.
No. There's my brain has it wrong. I want to call it a Tiamat, but that's a D&D.
That's a jargon.
That's a jargon in D&D. But what I have is a Shiki Bhutan, and the Shiki Bhutans go on something specific. I can't remember what that's called. A tatami mat. And
Tatami mat.
yeah.
I don't think a mat is a frame.
And mine goes on something that's pretty much a tatami mat. So I put my bed on something, and I put that something on the floor. I think it counts.
No, I think a bed frame has to allow for space for monsters to hide under.
No. It does.
Or storage.
Or storage?
Yeah. Because there are some frames that, like, they're just on big drawers that you can...
Right. But no. It can just take up space.
Then what is not a bed frame?
Exactly. Now you're
No.
now
You're
on
ruining
my
language.
No. You're on my side now. You got there. You figured it out. What is a bed frame?
No, I hate the linguistic destruction of our society. Words have meaning.
Had meaning.
No.
Not anymore.
I'm trying to find what the legal definition of a bed frame is.
Legal that we have to adhere to.
A structure that provides support for a mattress.
Uh-huh. Yeah? What's this? What's this do? What's this do? Huh?
Can be made from various materials such
Yeah.
as metal, wood, or upholstered fabric.
Okay, what's this?
May have legs or not.
Oh, what's this? What's this? Checkmate, commenter. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
All right, I think they're gonna take the L on this one.
Yeah, you guys have to take the L.
I
win
tried
this
my
battle.
best to fight for you, but I
Call me
seems
waiting.
like a frame.
So I stay winning. I didn't like that.
No?
No, I take it back. I take the L.
He's
Okay.
reviving Bray Awesome.
Yeah, call me Bray Awesome. I stay winning.
Man.
So the reason we had the stuff to do the alleged things we
Crimes.
did,
Oh.
is because I went on vacation to Colorado last week.
Why?
I went there to go see my favorite band ever, All Time Low. It was my 6th time seeing them, and it was at the Red Rock Amphitheater in Morrison, Colorado. So if you're there, shout out. Shotty
Whoa.
out.
Watch out. If you're there,
no, it was actually an amazing time. Amazing time. Best like concert. I've seen them 6 times now. Best time I'd ever seen them. They had their longest set ever and their most like ambitious set ever. They not to copy Taylor Swift, but copy Taylor Swift. Because Taylor Swift just went on her Eras tour, where they went through every like era of her career, every different album.
okay.
And they played songs from every single one of their albums. And their set list was over 30 songs. They did something that was super cool that I enjoyed a lot, which was mixing songs together,
Mhm.
which was probably a technical hell for them. But it was, at one point, they started with a song called Calm Down. In the middle of Calm Down, they found a similar chord progression that they were able to transition to a different song called Modern Love.
Okay.
And then from there, they were able to transition to another song called Stella. And then from Stella, they transitioned back to Calm Down and finished with there. So it's kind of like 4 songs in one, longer than any one of the songs would have been together.
Mhm.
It was super cool how they just kind of like, it was like a little roller coaster, a little wave. You're going along for a ride.
I'm pretty sure some concerts just do that, right?
Probably, but it was just super fun to see it.
Yeah.
Have it go
Oh, that's
through.
pretty cool. I saw a lot of the like production value stuff on Anthony's story. It was pretty cool. Like sparks showering down on stage. Looked dangerous.
Yeah, they had a song called Afterglow, and they had just like a sheet of sparks going down as the lead singer Alex was finishing the song on there. It was super cool. Because they did 4 different stage setups. It was 4 acts in total. They had a whole bunch of just like pyrokinetics, just a lot. Fireworks. They had the sparks. They had fire going off. They had I don't know if they had confetti at one point, but they had a lot.
They dropped the confetti before the fireworks. And
Yeah, and then all on fire. It was crazy. It was a bad time. It was supposed to be a 2-hour-long set for them. Ended up being a little bit later, so they got probably a venue after hours charge. Because apparently you couldn't play at the venue after 11, and they didn't start their last encore song until like 11:04. So
Too damn bad.
but he did say, "You guys are great. I hope there's no after-hour fees." And then they played the song. So
Nice.
the homie thing is to
Wobble, wobble, wobble,
Whoa.
wobble, wobble.
The homie thing is to waive that, right?
I don't know. I mean, if you have it beforehand and they go over, that's
True.
did they do the thing where we're done, thank you, you've been lovely, see ya. They all walk off stage, everything goes quiet, and everyone's like, oh, cool, and they make you wait for like 10 minutes?
No.
That pisses me off.
They finished this last song and then the stage went dark. And it was just a little bit longer than it would have normally been for the next song to go. So people were like, all time low. But it was like if normally there's a 5-second pause, this was like a 10-second pause. And then they played that combo song I was talking about, and then they played Hollywood, You Take Me Home.
Like,
no, sorry, that's a lyric in there.
ooh,
I know.
you're losing your cred with all the all-time low fans.
Yeah, I am. It's Dear Maria, Count Me In, not Hollywood, You Turn Me On.
There's a message at the bottom of the bottle. Is that
Yeah.
the one? Hey, I know songs. I'm a music expert.
It was good too because we were worried. They're my favorite band, so I'm caught up with all of their like recent stuff, their shenanigans. We took John with us, and he is about 2-ish albums behind, kinda. And then Anthony, I don't know where he's at. Anthony, former co-host of the Kickback podcast, was on there. Cool guy. Miss you. And then Anthony was able to still understand he knew about 60% of the songs that came through.
Even Anthony was able to understand some of the songs.
Yeah. Miss you. Anyways, that illiterate fuck couldn't.
But not even illiterate, like sound.
Yeah. That deaf bitch. He recognized about 60%. John recognized about 90%, which was cool because they started really early on, which I thought they were going to be mostly their most recent albums. Mm-hmm. But they did good.
Cool.
The trip going down there, I was really worried about because it was 9 hours long, and I was like, we're going to be stuck here forever. I haven't hung out with these guys in forever. Actually, super fun. Went by really, really quick.
I didn't even hate it nearly as much as I wanted to.
No, I didn't even hate it nearly as much as I wanted to. I was worried it was going to be like a whole therapy session the whole time.
Yeah.
You know?
Because your emotions are finally starting to bubble up.
I have figured out what my goal is going to be for next month.
Oh, what?
I'm going to... I don't know the frequency yet, so I guess
Therapy once a week?
Therapy once a week. No, I don't know the frequency as to which I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it every day, and it's going to be like 3, 4, or 5 times a day.
Okay.
And I'm just going to take a second, probably when I wake up, when I go on lunch, when I get off of work, and when I go to bed, probably.
Okay.
And I'm going to sit down and be like, okay, how do I feel right now? And see if I can figure out why I feel that way. But I'm going to mark it all down. That way I can see if there's any trends, right? And it's something that I think is really cool for a lot of people to do, not even just for like a therapeutic type of sense, but maybe let's say you get off of work and you do this, right? And something specific happened at work that made you feel really good. If that moment happens a couple times for the month that you're tracking this, it can help give you insight on the type of things that you get the most joy from inside a career to help pursue that in the future, right? Or let's say you're doing it after hanging out with friends or whatever it may be, and maybe it was a more introverted experience, more extroverted experience. Maybe you find out you thought you were introverted the whole time, but you're the most happiest when you do this after you hang out with friends where you're a lot more extroverted, right?
Yeah.
Or it could be that you're really happy in the extroverted bit, but then when you do it at night, you find that you're really drained and you're just done, right? Then you can kind of figure out, oh, well, I really like doing this, but I need to find a way to calm it down afterwards. So I think it can be cool insight for life on just what you enjoy and how you interact with the world.
Yeah, I think so. And like, I've seen posts that have made me think about doing something similar to this, where it's like they have the whole year mapped out.
Yeah.
And they use a different color based on like a scale of like red is a really, really bad day. And
okay.
green is like a really, really great day.
Yeah.
Yellow's medium, they scale it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just see like trends of like, oh, there were a couple good weeks in there, or then things started to go downhill here and all that.
Why did they do that?
Yeah, that's just kind of cool. I don't know how much analysis they put into theirs. Just I think at the end of the day they're just like red, orange, yellow, green, whatever.
Right. I like the idea of doing it several times throughout the day, because then I think for me it gives me insight on what direction I want to take my life in next, right? South, yeah. Maybe too hot. Maybe north.
Run away.
Yeah.
But if you go south enough.
If you just keep going until you end up to the north.
Yeah, what is north but really south?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess you can only go south so long, and then it becomes north.
Yeah.
Before you get to the top of the planet. Like if you're here.
But it's flat.
You go down.
So I guess you can only...
Wait, is south...
Go south until you fall off.
South is outward to the edge of the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't fall off because of the big wall.
True.
They solved it. We're like in a bowl.
Right, you're going to go south, and then
life.
somehow the government, the U.S. government specifically, is going to be like, nope, you can't leave the Earth because we control it. We have this wall, and we're going to convince you that you're still going south, even though you're very much so turning to the left. I don't get it.
It's,
I don't know how they rerouted me. I was going south the whole time, and then all of a sudden I had turned my wheel and I was going right.
But have you ever considered that they like restrict air travel over? What's the place at the bottom of the Earth called? The bottom of the round
That's
Earth.
the guy. His name's Atlas.
No, it's
Antarctica. Antarctica?
Yeah, that one.
Again, wow, throwback to a couple episodes
ago. It's
ago.
hard. Antarctica. It's because I want to put the C in.
Let's see.
Antarctica.
Oh.
But it feels
Throwback
so
to his favorite word.
Antarctica.
Start with a C. Ends with a T.
Yes. Couch. Wait.
It does end with a T.
There's a T in there though.
I tried doing the Wordle last night.
Yeah.
After some Baldur's Gate 3, and I don't know. I know it ends with a D, and that there's an O in there, and beyond that, and I'm like, I have no idea right now.
Got it in 3.
You got it in 3. I'm
Yep.
on my 4th guess. I haven't looked at it since then because my brain couldn't process it last night. So maybe when I look at it again tonight and I look at what letters I have that are available, I'm like, oh, okay, it's this.
Yeah.
But
my second guess throughout, for my third guess, I don't know what other word it could be.
Yeah.
Because my second guess was so lucky.
So good. Nice. There's something I feel like I was gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say, to prove the flat Earth, they restrict flight over Antarctica. Why else would they do that except because it's actually an ice wall?
Right, it goes around the entirety of the Earth.
And definitely not just because it's a frozen wasteland that if you do crash there, you're probably gonna die.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense, no.
Yeah, no. Never mind. Okay, back to flat Earth, yeah?
I have seen a lot of posts of people talking about the 34 convictions being crazy and part of a bigger conspiracy. And somehow they keep getting tied back to flat Earth. And I don't know if it's just a group of people that are trolling these politicians that are posting these things.
How does
or
that
if it's
tie to
just
flat Earth?
Right. Well, they're always like, yeah, we've been seeing this for years. This isn't what it seems. Wait until you find out about the Earth next. Wait until you find out like it's like, oh, you're at the beginning of your journey. This is what I found out before I found out the Earth actually is flat. You're becoming one of us.
This is like
This is the gateway.
Well, yeah, it's the entry point, but also it's just like the group of people that are talking about this are like the one-uppers, but the one-uppers of, I can believe a crazier conspiracy than you. You still believe in the moon? Is that classic?
Right. Do you believe the moon landing was real? You believe in the moon?
Yeah, because if you can believe one of those things, why not just keep going?
Right.
To be fair, it would, life would be pretty interesting. More interesting if that type of stuff was really a thing versus just boring old oh no, this kind of just makes more sense. It's probably that.
Right. Life would be more interesting if all the conspiracy theories were real. I love the conspiracy theory that conspiracy theory is a conspiracy theory.
Is that just Inception?
No, it's that the CIA made the term conspiracy theory so that they could call anybody who's talking about things that are true crazy conspiracy theorists.
Honestly, that's probably more believable than most conspiracy theories.
Right. It's pretty good. I like the conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theory is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Can we just? Do we have to say it 3 times though? Can it just be
yeah, it's fun. Say it. It's enjoyable.
Conspiracy theory or something.
I don't like that.
Conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory.
The conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory.
CCTT.
I can't remember. I was gonna go into something. I forget.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
Okay, that's good.
It's not your fault. It's fine. We're in Colorado.
Yeah.
And their downtown area that we were at had no smoking or vaping on the entire downtown area. They had whole signs that was there, which really surprised me because Colorado apparently is supposed to be a drugged out pot state ever since they legalized marijuana.
Yeah.
But it turns out they're actually more responsible with it.
I thought for sure that as soon as you legalize it, don't you just lose statehood because you stop paying taxes and being good people?
Right? Yeah. Well, you also just crime rate probably goes up drastically, and what is it workflow goes down, and then you just kind of grind to a halt because everyone's either breaking and robbing or they're doing no work because they're just vegged out.
I will say he wasn't the actual type of grind set dudes, but one of the most push work focused guys I've ever met was a super stoner.
Yeah.
Dreads and everything.
Yeah.
But
well, because if you can get vegged out and then just zone in on what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I don't know, because I lived with him, and it was all hours of the night, if you ever like went downstairs to go to the bathroom, like he's on his computer. He's either doing work, which was most of it, and then he would take like 30-minute breaks to play Elder Scrolls Online, and then he'd get back. And it was just like always,
just nonstop.
I was like, that's pretty cool. And they, like,
but
there's no way. Yeah, there's no way. There's like a cause and effect relationship between like weed and being lazy. If this dude does this, like,
yeah, I also, so I've partaken allegedly a bit in the last week, right?
Yep.
Because that first night we got down there, we got absolutely fucked up, allegedly, like couldn't stop laughing. We went and got a whole bunch of food to eat. Took them, sit there and watched the Barbie movie, allegedly.
Wait, what?
Just the ending. Which also, I've not seen the full Barbie movie. The other two people I was with hated it. They were like, this is a mockery to men. And I feel like they majorly missed the point of the movie.
Nah.
Right? Like,
I've never seen it, so I don't really have a strong opinion.
I don't know.
Just like when it first came out,
they make fun of men. They make fun of like the stereotypes that men can have, but they make fun of the extreme parts of it, right? As like a social commentary. Oh, that was cute.
What? Chloe trying to claw out Samson's eyes?
No, she just wanted to pet him. She was like, Brayden pets me when he loves me, so I love Samson. I'm gonna pet him.
Then they go to pet you, and they go for the eyes.
They do, yeah.
And then you change your mind.
Well, Samson likes to touch while we're going to bed. So he'll lay down right next to me and he'll go to put his hand on my face. But he also sometimes forgets that he has claws.
Yeah.
So he'll like stretch and he releases his claws when he stretches. Yeah. And then he like scratches down my face.
Barbie movie.
And they do make fun of him, right? And part of it is to make fun of that, but it's not like...
Give me an example. What's something they made fun of that you think like they took the wrong way or something?
One of them is that like men don't have a personality of their own. It's just work out to look good and do sports, enjoy stuff like that, but not and chase women. Okay. Right. One of them is like there's a scene where they're all getting with the Barbies, and they all have the exact same song that they play, and they're all playing it on the guitar, sitting around a campfire, staring into their eyes, playing the song. Mm-hmm. Which is supposed to be like this is so stereotypical type of man thing. And they were saying, the people I was watching with, they're like, oh, they're just making fun of men. They're just using it as a punching bag. And I was like, that's fine, And they're the stereotypes of they're dumb. They don't really know who they are as a person. They're just kind of doing the stereotypical things that men would do. And I'm like, I feel like you're getting offended at this because you're not that way, which is good. And it's just being used to make fun of the most extreme examples of people. Your jock at high school that the only thing they care about is trying to get with women, drinking, and playing their sport. Like.
You had. Thanks for describing me. Next.
Yeah, that's all you do.
Yeah, I can see, like, if I'm understanding correctly, it's just like someone making fun of a group that you technically are part of, even if you don't fit the stereotype they're making fun of.
Yeah.
But like, why would, I don't know. You just make fun of everyone. It's okay.
Like Bo Burnham said it.
What?
Like comedy fixes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. In his song Sad from his album What?
So sad, you guys. I've been telling you sad things this whole time, but you're laughing. Yeah. That one.
Yeah. Which that one's, I don't know. I listened to it again the other day. I feel like it hits different now.
The song or the show?
The song. Right?
It's different, like harder, better, worse?
Worse.
Oh.
I know. Don't hate me. Like, I don't know. I'm on Bo Burnham's. I'm just saying I'm on Bo Burnham's side.
Okay.
Because Bo Burnham says if you show me what, I'm gonna be horrified at it. I don't like it because it was a 17-year-old white male making, what did he call it? Commentary on like the political aspects of the world or whatever. And he's like, and I'd be horrified if I saw that now. I don't like it.
Wait, why?
Why?
What?
I haven't watched the full interview, but it was an interview I saw actually today. I'll see if I can find it after this, where Bo, it was a little short I saw, saying he's like, yeah, if you showed me my old stuff, I'd be horrified of it. Because it was just a 17-year-old white male making commentary on the world, right? Yeah. Like he knew something. And I mean, he called out what specifically?
I feel like he had some pretty good. I don't remember what comes from what show, but
Right. I think when I was listening back to it, I was like, there's some parts of this that are really funny and iconic, and then some parts of this I was like, oh, you know, like not like oh isn't bad. It's just like oh that doesn't feel like it should be there.
Do you have a specific joke?
Maybe I'm just more sensitive to animals, but all the dead animal ones. Because also in Ironic, both of them, it's just
oh yeah,
a whole bunch of like, there's like, I saw a boy trying to get a cat from a tree and the cat jumped out and hung itself. You're like, that's not an iconic line. That's
but the dog didn't have any legs.
Yeah. And then,
I mean, I think it's good to look back and cringe.
Right? Oh man, have you ever done that?
There.
Have you ever gone
every day?
Where you go back and you look at like old posts you did when you were
just in my brain, yeah.
Because I've gone to like, you open up your Facebook and you haven't used it in years, or I haven't at least, and then you go and you look at posts that were on there from 2014, 2013, and you see how you typed and how you talked, and oh my god, is it cringy.
How many RAR XDs did you type?
No, I don't think I did the RAR XDs. I hated that. But
any ooh-woos?
No ooh-woos. That was after my time.
Oh, okay.
But the weird type of slang, talking, I think, kind of like you're dumb a little bit was common. Like trying to use shorthand. I don't have any examples. I'd spend so long because I block them out.
For real?
No, not even that.
Like what?
I don't know. I don't want to go look at it. I've blocked it out. I felt so bad.
It was so traumatic going through my old Facebook posts.
Yeah, and seeing what I would comment about. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I remember you read from the like school book or whatever.
Oh yeah,
your little essays or whatever.
Yeah, it's so bad.
That's okay. Hey,
tried to get myself canceled in that one.
That means you've grown.
It does mean I've grown. That's so good.
But are you more correct or less correct? That's what's hard.
I think
which
I'm
version
more
is the better? Yeah,
this one.
You want to be better now than you used to be, but some people go the wrong way.
I look at the things I wrote in that one where I was like, I said things about minorities.
Good things or bad things?
Huh? I thought they were good at the time.
Oh yeah.
And I like to think that I don't think they were good now.
And what you say now you think is good.
Mm-hmm. I just don't feel like it's
Braden is correct. That's what I'm saying.
The older one.
I think you go back to the old one and see. So halfway through marking down the quality of your days,
yeah,
switch back to 2015 Braden.
So, I was watching a video when I was kind of researching this topic a little bit of why people don't know who they are, right?
Okay.
Like I haven't found myself. I feel like I'm lost in the world, and part of it is because when you go through life in a certain state for a while, let's say you've been single for a while, you've been in a relationship for a while, you've had a certain job for a while, but one thing's been constant for a while. Mm-hmm. Your life kind of shapes around that constant, and you become that individual. And then if that goes away, what happens? That thing that made you's gone. So what a lot of people end up doing psychologically is reverting back to a constant they had in the past.
Okay.
So it can show its way harmful in all sorts of different ways, right? Let's say you're just in a relationship. You leave the relationship. In the relationship, you were super...
Sorry, keep going.
Super... Oh, man, the visual listeners miss out. Sorry. Audio listeners miss out. The visual
listeners are impressive.
Win. They do good. Yeah, they take LSD and they go, whoa.
That sound wave. No wonder they laugh.
So you go in the relationship. Everything was good. It was working out. And then turns out it wasn't actually good. You just weren't doing what you were supposed to. And it ended. Now you're getting to a new relationship. It's scary, right? You revert back, or people can revert back to either the bad things they weren't doing in the relationship before, even though they've now worked through and said, oh, I realized I did X, Y, and Z wrong. They might revert back and do X, Y, and Z because they're familiar with that. They're comfortable with it. They don't actually work through it. Or they might go back to like how they treated things way in the past, back in high school when they were trying to get in relationships, and they're a little bit more immature at first. Now, those are extreme examples, right? But people can struggle with that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like how common is it really for someone to be in a relationship and they have a bunch of bad habits that eventually cause enough problems that they break up, then they reflect on that and be like, oh, I was doing this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. Then they get in a new relationship and then they just restart doing all those things wrong.
I think very common.
That's just super common.
I think that one's super common because
Just stop.
right, just stop. But there's the sense of like when you're talking to somebody new, kind of like euphoria kicks in, and your decision making part of your brain, I think, literally shuts off. Like I think there's science to suggest that when you're in that feeling of like euphoria of endorphin going through, your decision making does drop.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're going back to this one. Your decision making drops. So what are you going to do but revert to who you were before?
It's a good thing I've always been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Very awesome from the start.
Ooh, bringing it back twice in one episode.
That's throwback. I don't remember what I was saying to start that off of. Why it was in my head.
In your pursuit of learning how to learn who you are, that is one thing that people do.
Yeah, but it was before that it tied in. I don't remember why.
Because I said who's correct, and halfway through keeping track of your day qualities, you should switch back to 2015 Braden. And
so that probably was just it.
yeah, I don't
know. No, I thought it was interesting how I feel like I've noticed that too in my own life of like someone's going through and then something in your life changes. So you like just maybe at work, right? You're doing good at work, and then something outside of work changes, and I notice, oh, it feels like work's been a little bit rough recently, and then I might realize, oh, I'm just doing things I did when I was first learning the job, right? Like I stopped doing the corrected behaviors, right? I found better ways to do this, but then for some reason I've just stopped doing that.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think anytime you're getting overly
stimulated,
passive, because once you've done something for so long, it shifts to like the automatic part of your day.
Yeah.
Versus the intentional part. I think. Are you gonna drink that?
No.
Man, those audio visual guys are really missing out right now. You gotta open wider. You gotta drink like me to do that.
I just tried to take a drink out of my mic. I grabbed my drink and it was in my left hand, and then I turned to my right, and I went to go take a sip out of my mic.
Like I was saying, when you try to do things in they're the automatic way, like it's just grab a drink and then you can tilt it into your mouth, grab a drink, tilt it into your mouth. Things can start to cause problems if you do it too automatic. You got to be intentional. Which I like your idea of sitting there after an activity or a feeling or an event or whatever.
Oh, they're being so cute. Look at them.
I think if more people did that
Guys,
after working out,
oh my gosh,
they would stick to working out a lot better.
Oh my, look at them.
Now she's trying to eat his eyes out.
They're so cute. Oh, they love each other sometimes. Yeah, I think it can have a lot of positive impact. I think there is a way for it to be negative though. Which, while researching this, people don't. Which? Huh?
Okay.
Things are doing something similar. Is they would just open up a big notebook, like a diary, and say, "I felt this way on this day." And then they open up the next time, and it's just the next line down, right? And let's say you felt sad. You're like, it's it's night. You're getting ready to go to bed, and you're like, I'm sad right now because I got stood up for a date I was going on. And then the morning goes, and you wake up, and like, oh, I got to log how I feel. You open up the book, and the first thing you see is, I'm sad because I got stood up on a date.
Could be.
Right? Can cause issues. So for me, the way I'm going to get around that is my phone, if I have the little S Pen, if I take it out, it opens up a notepad. I can just write in the notepad and then save in. It saves it to my notes folder, but I can't see the other one. And then I can just update it later on. I haven't decided if I'm going to put it on the calendar and just do like, this at this time, this at this time, this at this time, or if I'm going to translate it into a book or something like later on after it's been.
I mean, for your calendar, you probably just want to do like, I did it 3 times today or something.
Yeah, like whatever it might be.
And then on your phone, you can just sort by date and push them, munch them all together.
Right, and do them all.
And then you have July.
Right, which I think could be kind of cool. Yeah. Could be a fun one. You said so. We were talking earlier about the whole looking back at the past and getting embarrassed by what you've done. And it reminded me of a few things I've done that are embarrassing. But I'm really, really bad. We've talked about this before. Both of us
naughty.
are. Yeah, I'm just naughty boy. That are. I'm really bad at picking up when someone's flirting with me. Whoa, you winked at me.
Yeah.
What does it mean? And
yeah.
do you have any stories of a time where in the past someone was flirting with you, and you just did not pick up on it?
Nope.
No. I have one that I thought about not too long ago.
See, the key is if you don't want to feel embarrassed about it, just never find out.
Just never find out.
Yeah.
So, there was a girl I had a crush on for a while.
Okay.
And
first name, last name, social security number?
For sure. Yeah. So it's going to be
Jarita.
Jarita. So it's 2017. And I go on a date with Jarita. We go to a haunted house. Right? Great.
Wait, you were on a date and you didn't realize that you were getting flirted with?
So it was like a friend date is how I conceptualized it in my head because of how bad I am at this.
Okay.
Right? I was excited for it. I wanted it to be more, but I told myself this is a friend date.
Okay.
Right? To not probably some sort of defense mechanism to not get hurt. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
So we go to the haunted house, and one of our listeners actually used to work there at the haunted house. And we go through the whole thing. Great time, hands get held a little bit. You're hiding from each other. You're not from each other, but into each other from.
What are you doing at the haunted house?
You're holding hands of strangers. You're hiding from the other person. You're chasing them.
Yeah. But don't worry, there's no chain on it.
No, you're hiding into each other from the haunted house.
Okay.
And then we finish, and we go home, and we sit in her driveway for probably a couple hours. And we're sitting there, we're talking, right? And the conversation is like, is there anyone you like, or what do you like in a person kind of comes up. And this is before I shaved my head, right? This was before Baldwin.
Baldwin. Yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, I like guys that are probably around my same height. We're around the same height. They have I really like the kind of brown chestnut hair. I have brown chestnut hair. I've been really into the kind of the more emo longer type of hair recently, right? I had the longer kind of hair down to my eyebrows. She's like, I really like hazel brown greenish eyes, and I was like, oh, I have hazel brown greenish eyes. And I was like, that's cool. I really hope you find someone like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad.
Even before you start talking about that, the fact that you went on a date and then you're chatting in a car for hours, you're in.
Mm-hmm. I'm bad at that too.
Yeah.
Like even to this day, I think it would be oh, this is happening. That's just because we're good friends. That
was a really fun platonic thing. We tested out kissing techniques because she wants to get better. And
yeah, she said she wanted to practice on me for a friend. Man, that's crazy. I was okay with it though. I hope it helped me out, but
she's like, "Hey, can I show you a picture of this guy I like?" And it's just
it's a
selfie camera.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, that's cool."
Oh, hey, you have it on it's on the camera. It's not. This isn't a picture. This is you went to your camera, not your gallery. Can you actually go? I didn't see it. I think you missed it.
Wow. Yeah. No. I actually thought of one thing. Yeah. That's the closest. I didn't really care because I wasn't interested in the other person, but hanging out with these two girls who were a group of friends that I was just barely getting into.
Okay.
And they invited me just to go hang out. We got food and then went up to this water tower or whatever. And then whatever. A couple months later, I started dating one of them. But she was dating someone else, and then they broke up, and then we started dating. Mm. And then at that point, I find out that when we were hanging out that day, she was trying to set me up with the other girl.
Oh.
And
okay.
I just
no idea.
I was just hanging out with some friends. I don't know.
Yeah, you're just.
But also,
life.
I wasn't really interested in her, so.
Right, so it's easier to ignore, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
I think it's better, generally speaking, to ignore. Is that I don't know. I feel like it's more respectful.
Better than reading into everything?
Yeah, better than overthinking and reading into everything and imagining there's something there that is not. I think I might do that more.
Imagine something's there or ignore it.
I know I might see something. I'm like, oh, that could be this. No, I don't want to imagine that that's that if it's not that. So I'm just going to,
Yeah. Like she's leaning in, eyes closed, lips puckered, and you're like,
yeah.
does she like need chapstick or something? What
Oh,
was
I'll
she
be
doing?
like Gesundheit. Like, yeah, you're getting ready to sneeze. Woo. So that was an embarrassing
That's
moment.
a little
I think.
embarrassing. You got more?
Do I have more? I don't.
That's pretty much the closest I've ever come to missing out on flirting that I'm aware of. I'm sure I've.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I didn't live it, I feel like it'd be a fake story.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like it'd be
It
someone
does.
like wrote something on Reddit and like this is that, and I'm like, nope, it was the car I have right now. Like yeah, that's bad.
Gosh, you're gaslighting yourself because it was you, dude. Just accept it.
Yeah, it was.
You did that. You missed the signs.
No, it's
of
a fake story, buddy. It's fake. It's not real.
holding
I made it up
hands
for
and
laughs.
chatting late into the night about whatever, and then the topic of who you're interested in comes
Yeah.
up, and she lists off everything about you.
Yeah, I like 5'6", brown hair, like brown eyes. I like 7-letter names. Usually start with a B.
Preferably someone who really likes cats. Works at
Yeah.
like literally that's
like that's
specific.
crazy. That's just like me.
If they had like some sort of light sensitivity in one of their eyes because of a childhood accident or something,
Yeah, that'd be weird. That'd be weird.
That's like a must for me.
I should have been more aware of it too, because like, it wasn't like the first time we've hung out like that. Like we've gone to go work out, and then we'll get there at like 11, and then we're leaving the gym at like 6 a.m.
Jeez.
We just like not working out, just like got stuck talking.
This is why I don't work out with you
No, it's not that bad anymore.
anymore.
3
3 a.m. at the very latest.
Yeah, I think that's the only person like I've had crazy like dead dumb brain with that though.
But like, that's okay. I don't know. I mean, ideally you wouldn't be that bad
Yeah,
at it.
yeah, not
Pick up some of the more subtle signs, or not subtle,
Mm.
in your face signs, but like, yeah, just erring on the side of like, hey, this is really cool friendship. I like this person. It's fun.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you've gotten better.
we'll find out
We'll find out.
one day. And then, do you have any embarrassing moments that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't think I've told this one before, but we said something I think either on a hike we did recently or when we were playing games last night. There was one time where I had someone over just for a quick little hookup, and this was at a moment in life where I wasn't doing well at all financially,
Mhm.
right? Like I just like the apartment I was staying at. It was the day after my birthday, day of my birthday,
Mhm.
right? Rent's due the day after. I get a message from my roommate saying, I left.
Mm.
I'm not in Utah anymore. That's where we are. And he didn't have any money for me. He didn't pay anything. So I wasn't
guy.
prepared for that. Yeah. I wasn't financially responsible enough to have enough money to pay the full entire bit of rent for where I was staying. So I was like, that sucks. I don't have enough money to pay the rent in here in general all the time. So we had to end the lease early, but we still had to pay X amount on it.
Yeah.
And then that plus my insurance was really high because it was several years back when I was still a teenager, right? Was I still a teenager?
I don't know.
No, I was early 20s.
I was gonna say I think insurance is still bad even up until
Yeah, until
like
you're like
25,
25, 26.
Yeah. When your brain fully forms, allegedly.
Right. And then the job I was working at, let's say my bills were $1,100 a month, I was making $1,000 a month.
Oof,
Right.
that's rough.
So I was just like barely skirting by having late payments because like I have to wait till my next check comes in so I can do this. So it's an extra $25 on this one, but at least it's not like gone.
You were
right?
actually the paycheck to paycheck guy.
Yeah, I was
Whereas
actually
a lot of
like,
people say they are, but it's like, but you're saving a couple $100 a month. Like you're like
right, or they're paycheck to paycheck, but the reason they're paycheck to paycheck is because they're like, spending $700 a month on food or
that
something.
post
right?
of the couple that makes like what was it, $400,000 or $500,000 a year
Yeah.
together, and they're like, we have 2 kids and we feel like we're living paycheck to paycheck. And
Yeah, and it's like, what are you doing?
It lists out all, but it was cool because they
Yeah.
listed out all their expenses. Like they were actually like, please help us. And it's like 2 current year brand new cars that cost a lot of money, maxing out their 401k, which is like $18,000 a year or something. At least 2 family trips a year. And like, I was like, I think you're good because even on top of the 401k, you're also saving in different assets. You have like a $1.2 million home or whatever. Like,
yeah,
you are like, you're not even living beyond your means
right
at all because you're still saving and taking like leisure trips and stuff.
Yeah, you're still going on the leisure trips. But they're like, but what if I get hurt? You know, they probably have like an emergency fund or something.
They probably have really good insurance too.
Yeah,
probably.
So anyway, that's where I'm at. The job I'm working at the time is great for that situation because I could take food from it, right? So I would go work, and then I would be able to take home food with me when I left, or I'd eat on lunch and then just take home with me as well. Mm-hmm. And my brother, shout out, super cool, knew I was in this position, right? And he was working at the place with me as well, and he gets off of work one night, and he's like, you know what? I feel like I want to bring my big brother Braden some food. He might want it. He might appreciate it. So at this time, I'm staying at my uncle's house, who is doing awesome and letting me stay there for just $200 a month,
nice.
Which is so much cheaper than I would have been able to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm staying there. I'm paying. I'm getting back up on my feet. I'm trying to at least. And I had this girl over, and we're doing our thing, and I hear the garage open, and I'm like, my uncle's upstairs in like his half of the place. I'm here. The only people that know this are my little brother, right? My door doesn't have a lock on it. It's just like a living room area downstairs that I've converted into a bedroom at the time. And I'm naked. Mm-hmm. The door goes, so I had to like jump off, go and like close the door. It was just a very embarrassing moment to like, she goes, runs and hides in the closet. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to talk Connor down. He's trying to break into the door. Like, what's going on, dude? Like, can I come in? And I'm like, no, you can't. He's like, oh, well, I brought you some food. I'm like, thank you.
Just leave it at the door.
Yeah, just put it right there. Super embarrassing at first. And then a couple months later, my sister-in-law was like, were you, was that? And I was like, yeah, there was, yeah. It's a little embarrassing.
Sins.
I was, you know, just trying to get my rocks off. No condoms. I have a baby. Keep someone in my life.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
That's not good.
That people do that, though?
Yeah.
You have
hair. That is crazy.
You have hair.
Closest thing I have to that is one time, just like a chilling day, whatever. Get out of the shower, lay in the bed, just
basking in your glory.
Yeah, just naked, whatever. Next to my ex, who's like on her phone or whatever.
She starts to FaceTime.
No. Laying on the bed naked like that was not super common for me. It was just like a lazy like Sunday or whatever. So I was like, oh, this feels good.
Yeah.
Pass out a little bit. Knock on the door to the room. Hey, can I come in? And she's like, yes. Did not register that I was there naked. And so like the slow motion as the door's creeping open, I like jump out of bed and just like land on the ground hard and just like, hey, no. So I almost got caught. They almost saw my peanuts.
That's so funny.
And she's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize it. But it like, yeah.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. That's funny. Well, I want to know if you guys have any...
give us the dirt.
Any funny little embarrassing stories. Any times where you had somebody very obviously flirting with you like I did, and I was just like, oh, that's cool. That sounds like a cool person.
I can help you look.
Do you want help with your Tinder? Like, what's going on? And then, or if you have any embarrassing moments like the ones where we had mentioned where you got walked in on doing something you weren't supposed to. I have one more.
It's not that I wasn't supposed to. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't normal, I guess, for yours.
What about just funny naked stories?
Funny naked stories, yeah. Have you ever been caught streaking? Tell us everything. How did that skinny dipping adventure go? There was one time I was at my, this isn't anything to do with naked, but I had...
Boring.
I know.
Just kidding. Skip it.
I know. I had a girlfriend over at my house, and I'm in high school, so we're like in our bed cuddling, just doing a thing. Nothing inappropriate, right? My sister comes down, and the door's open into my room, I believe. And she walks in, and she goes, oh, hey, Brayden, and what are you guys doing? And she goes and tells my mom that we were straight up making out and being inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in trouble. I couldn't have women over to the house, any girls, for years until I left.
You should have just gone by.
Should have just jokes on you.
Yeah. No girls. Okay, mom. Look what you made me do.
I'm kissing men now.
You're like super religious mom. You're like, look what you made me do. Just let the women come over and it's fine.
Right? Yeah, we weren't even doing anything, and I got in trouble. Couldn't have women over forever. It wasn't until even like after I moved out, and then my little brother still, I think, had some of that for a little bit until they were like, actually, I don't care.
They don't care. Or they just realize you weren't doing as much as they thought you were.
I don't know. Maybe they still think I was just straight jorking it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's fine if there's a girl there.
Yeah.
Wait,
If I'm just straight jerking it and she's like there. You're like,
we're not doing anything together.
yeah. It's separate. It's separate.
We're just next to each other with like cheerleading pom poms.
Right. Which is crazy because before that happened, there was a different girl that they let spend the night that I was like actively dating. They're like, yeah, that's fine. Like, what was it? What changed? Why did they have a change? I don't get it. Adults are weird.
Maybe they trusted you, and then your sibling ruined it
Right.
with the slander.
Absolute slander. Why would you believe her? She was like 7. It's stupid. Like, anyways, if you have any of those stories, I'd love to hear them. I really appreciate the longer form comments because they're fun to read. Yeah. And then we can also call people out for staying on your goddamn phone and not doing your goals. All right?
But do comment.
But do comment.
And then we will harass you. But
yeah. And
click.
I want to see an apology
Ooh.
from he who shall not be named.
I'm sorry.
Not you. I have a bed frame. By definition.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
By definition.
All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
So I'm gonna get to Paris at 5:29.
Yeah, it's close.
It is close. Do you know what's really important though that you just missed?
What?
Sam and Ben talking about how stupid Adam is.
No, that's why I was tuning it out. Toning?
I was toning it out.
I was toning it out.
I was
dude.
Tonying it out.
Sorry. Okay, how stupid is he?
He's taking a 3-hour.
I heard them say that going to Paris is not a good idea.
Yeah, because they're gonna be able to get there. Like I think they said before him. I wasn't paying attention all the way either.
Good content.